Thank you. Is it audible for you, Vishnu? Everyone, it's audible, right?
Yes, clear.
Okay, good. So, very good afternoon, everyone. This is Ronnie here, Ronnie Sebastian. I'm from Software Technologies. And basically, we are on the third hop, step, jump product pitching series. We already conducted 2 of them, and this is a third one. And this is basically designed by the GTech Academia Focus group. The basic intent for our the hop, step, jump product series is basically for these companies, the startup companies, and also for the student startups. To present a minimum viable product that they have in front of the rest of the member companies. So that is a basic intent. And we again hope this is definitely going to add value to our member companies where they can actually use this internally within the company. So for example, if there is a lot of inquiries coming in from companies where the customers are asking for something and we don't have such a solution. So definitely there will be a lot of inquiries coming internally from our companies as well as coming from the customers, from our companies. So this will be a very good value add for the companies where they can actually refer to us. Refer to these startups or else to the products which is being presented over here. And also we can support these startup companies and the student startups to accelerate their growth also. So this is basically the intent of having this series which we have planned. And today we have got 2 companies presenting 2 products being presented, and one is basically apps from Cloud Control. It's basically an application to containerize our applications, the legacy applications that we have. And Mr. Ranjit Krishnan, who is the founder and CEO of Cloud Control, is going to present that to us. And again, the second presentation is from Colligo. The name of the product is Colligo, that is from sNAV Technologies. And Naval Ditto, who is the founder and CTO of the company, will be presenting the product to us. So I welcome Mr. Ranjit Krishnan from Cloud Control for the presentation.
Thanks, Ronnie. Thanks for this opportunity. Thanks for everyone to join. I'll straight jump into the deck. So our platform is called AppZ, and it's a low-touch cloud platform for hybrid and multi-cloud migrations and operations. So today, there are a lot of cloud migrations are happening, and a lot of people are adopting cloud. But even though the cloud itself is very automated and software defined, the actual adoption or migration is not really, right? So you have to hire DevOps engineers and cloud ops engineers, and also get a lot of certifications to actually use the cloud effectively. And because of this, a lot of large companies and small companies are failing to achieve the goals because they are not able to hire the right people. So there is definitely a talent scarcity. And also there is, there are a lot of legacy applications, then security issues, network complexity, data organization and management. Also, there are tons of tools out there. I've said identifying the right one, it's always a problem. And control and governance is another issue. So because of all these reasons, it's really becoming a very expensive thing for most large enterprises and even smaller ones. And I've seen, I'm in the United States, and I've seen people spending, $100K to almost $1 million a month in monthly charges before they actually see something live in the cloud. So what we are offering is a low-touch cloud platform. That means everything that you need to do during the adoption as well as migration is automated. So we have VM to VM migration option and VM to Kubernetes migration options. And we also support upstream Kubernetes, and which is a containerized orchestration platform. And we also support, provisioning of cloud native services like S3 buckets and, load balancers, things like that. So the way we're doing, how is it different from other platforms? You have seen other automation platforms like Terraform and Ansible, CloudFormation. So how is it different? In our case, it's different because we, as part of the platform, has all the templates that you need, or all the automation scripts that you need. We call them the AppZ stacks. These are what we call as multi-cloud accelerators, which is everything that a DevOps engineer or a CloudOps engineer or a certified cloud engineer would do. We have already done that and packaged it as part of the product. So you name it, let's say you want to deploy an application, a Node.js application into the cloud. You can do it without any cloud knowledge using our platform. So these are, so AppZ stacks are curated templates, risk mitigated, tested and hardened, and it's ready to use. Now, using this, what you can achieve is a level of sophistication that a really good DevOps team or a CloudOps team would be able to achieve, all without any effort other than adopting our tool. So the level of sophistication that you can get is infrastructure as code, configuration as code, and policy as code. That means everything that you need in terms of provisioning and managing cloud resources can be automatically done using GitOps. That means everything will sit as code, and when you commit, that commit will be reflected in your cloud infrastructure automatically. So if you have a digital transformation dream, or if you have a new idea that you want to deploy in the cloud, we can make it a reality pretty quickly. So by the value of our platform is increasing the agility, because you are not going to need a DevOps and CloudOps and cloud certified engineers anymore. A lot of our customers are putting a freeze on their cloud and DevOps engineer hiring, because developers are able to deploy their application quickly and manage it without additional resources. And it can reduce risk because we are giving you upfront hardened images, hardened scripts, and with the zero privileged access. So because everything is done through GitOps, when you need to make a change in your underlying system, let's say, for example, you want to upgrade a version of your application or component or even the operating system to a new version, all you need to do is make that change in Git and commit, and that will automatically reflect in the underlying infrastructure. And it reduces cost because you're not manually doing a lot of things that a DevOps engineer or a CloudOps engineer would do. Instead, everything is pre-done for you and you're just consuming it. So the platform itself, right? So if you look at the bottom, that is the cloud providers, the services that the cloud providers provide, like the VM, cloud native services, Kubernetes, and it can be from any one of these vendors, IBM, Azure, AWS, Nutanix, VxRail, Linode. Now, the platform sits above that, giving automation. We give you the stacks. We give you the decision engine, GitOps, dashboard, observability, alerts, and compliance. So GitOps gives you, the connectivity to GitOps. It's using webhook. We can read your source code or manifest files directly from Git and deploy it into the cloud. Now, dashboard will give you visibility into what's going on. Like, when something goes wrong, you should be able to see that in the dashboard in terms of, let's say you made a mistake in your source code or in your configuration, it fails to deploy. You can see that in the dashboard. Observability is where, remember, we are giving a low touch model, which means when your application itself running in the cloud has a problem, you should be able to see that in the observability platform. That is, the performance metrics, any logs that your application generates, things like that. Now, alerts. So when something goes wrong, it automatically generates the alerts. And compliance, say when you get audited, and you want to know what change was made at a particular date, who made it, who approved it, all that is tracked in the platform as well. Now, based on this platform, our partners provide migration as a service, hassle-free Kubernetes as a service, SRE as a service, and CloudOps as a service. So we have several partners around the world, and this layer is provided by them. For example, if you have a large application, and if you don't have the people internally to do the migration, to do to deal with our platform, we have partners who can help you with that. So these are some of the stacks that we support today. We have about 140 different stacks that we support. This is kind of the top popular ones. So you can see that we have UI tools to web servers, middleware, cache, databases, operating systems, and DevOps tools, messaging, streaming, and observability, and also built-in secret manager. So what is our approach? So if you have a workload or a use case that you want us to migrate, the process that we follow is like this, So we have training material to do that, or you can follow our documentation to do the same. You look at what you are deploying and select a template. So that is that we have a catalog of templates. You select one, and then add that into your Git repository and push the button, and it will create an auto pipeline. It will deploy it, and then you review it and say, did it come up properly? If not, you just make the change and commit again. For example, if you are deploying let's say a simple node-based application, you go to your node repo, and we will give you as part of our catalog. There are a couple of node images. So you just take the manifest of that node image and put it in the project and commit. And that's a selection of template process, right? So that once you take the template or take the manifest and put it in your Git, and then point the Git to our installation through webhook, you commit it, and we create the auto pipeline automatically and deploys it. And then you can review it and see if it worked. If it doesn't work, you can go and tune it and redo it. Now, this can be done for every component that you're running or deploying in the cloud, or you want to deploy in the cloud. So behind the scenes, this is how it works. So we have this idea of these swim lanes. And if you look at the different people that are going to deal with the cloud, so the SRE or the stack engineers, this will be us here. We push all the templates in a catalog which is sitting in GitHub, and this installation. So our platform runs within your AWS or Azure or Google account. So we are in the AWS marketplace already. So once you install our platform in your account, it is a single-click installation. Once it's installed, this part you are going to get. Then what you do is ask your developers or operations team to point your Git to our installation. There is a webhook endpoint. You point it to that, and then start changing whatever you want to change and commit. Our GitOps engine will watch that, merge it to the right template, and then deploy to any one of these environments. Now we support on-prem and multi-cloud. We can be running on Kubernetes, VMs, or infrastructure as service. And now in some cases, if you have a customer, and that customer wants approval or want to give approval before any change goes into, say, production, we have a workflow manager built in as well. And using that workflow manager, they can approve a deployment into the cloud. So everything is happening in kind of a low-touch mode. The idea here is nobody is actually logging in with a script into an EC2 instance or a VM and running them, or nobody is managing a CloudFormation template and going in with privileged access into the console and executing it. Everything is done through Git commits, and we take the Git commit and translate that into a deployment into the underlying infrastructure, which is under your account. Now, whenever we deploy any of the components or any of your application components, we automatically put all the observability and configure them. So we have several options for observability. We have our own built-in observability stack. But if you want to use CloudWatch or Splunk or Datadog, it's part of the manifest that you commit here. You say what observability you want, and it will automatically configure the observability for you. So our competition. So if you look at the various options out there today, now, you have, Ansible, you have Terraform, you have AWS has its own automation, Google has Anthos. The reason why we put ourselves way ahead of all of them is because we are the only one that is what we call as application centric. All the other automation tools are infrastructure centric. And that's the reason why you have to hire a DevOps engineer or a CloudOps engineer to fill that gap of deploying applications. Because ultimately, when getting the infrastructure is one part of the story. After that, you need to hire somebody to fill in the gap. So what we are doing is we are filling in the gap for you using our templates. So these are some of the feature comparisons. So at the end of the day, what we have seen in our the different customers we have is that during the adoption process, you can completely eliminate the need for DevOps and CloudOps engineers. You bring your developers or your operations team can directly deploy and manage without any cloud knowledge at all. And that saves you a lot of money. So what we have seen is, up to 80 to 90% savings in DevOps and migration cost and adoption cost. And ongoing, we have seen on a regular basis, once it is up and running, since the way we run the application is more efficient, we have seen up to 70% in monthly bill reduction in for example, AWS. So these are some of our customers now. We have customers from large banks like BNY Mellon to startups like Job.com, as to Shape. We have Thermo Fisher, which is one of the largest scientific instrumentation company. A lot of the research that's going into COVID, their instrumentation is playing a big role in analyzing the results. So Thermo Fisher is a large customer for us. So we have various types of customers, from using legacy things like WebSphere to Spring Boot to modern things like Node to React with MongoDB, things like that. So if you look at the list of our templates, it covers a wide variety of stacks. And these are some of our partners today. Now here is a large case study. This is a large bank, and we were able to save, they're already saved about $2 million already. They are in track to save about $6.3 million in software infrastructure and data operations by using our solution. So that was my presentation. Any questions, anyone? So I have a question.
I'm sorry, Ranjit, I think there is a question on the chat. So
yeah, I see that. Okay. So the first question is, initial infrastructure setup is not part of your solution, right? That is not true. So we have templates. If you are going into cloud, the first account setup, which is called the landing zone setup, is part of our platform. So you can use, if you already have a landing zone, that's fine. We'll work very well there. But in a landing zone creation is one of the important things that you do when you go to cloud. Because if you mess up your landing zone, that's what, that exposes your risk in terms of, hackers getting in and things like that. So if you look at Azure, Amazon, and Google, they all have landing zone scripts and guidelines available. What we have done is we have taken all that and we created our own templates to create the landing zone for you. So that means if you are going into cloud, you'll be able to use our platform to create your landing zone. That means the first initial infrastructure setup to get to the first stage of your deployment is already covered. And we have several videos on our YouTube channel where we actually demonstrate within 30 minutes, you can start a new account and create a landing zone with all your infrastructure setup within about 30 to 40 minutes using our platform. So the next question is, do you work with all cloud? Yes. So we currently work with AWS, Azure, Google, and other cloud providers like, say data center providers like DigitalOcean and Rackspace. So the way we work is we are fully automated on AWS platform because we have a marketplace presence. So you can go to marketplace and single click, you get everything done. Other cloud, we have an installer. So you come to us and you say, I want to use it in Azure. We will give you a link. You download a Terraform template from there and you execute it. You get everything that you need. So all the other cloud, we have installers, and in AWS, we have the marketplace and presence. Now, the next question is, if one adapts you and drop all the DevOps engineers later, if there is an issue, what would the company? Okay, that's good. Good question. So the way we work is every customer has an option to sign up in our Slack channel. So we have created a community around our customers. So when you once you are done with your installation, you get an email with all the information. And one of the information that you get is to sign up with our Slack channel. So we have, once you sign up in the Slack channel, you can reach out to us anytime. And we have some people supporting it 24/7. The pricing model is, so we charge, if you go to AWS today, and this is the same price across the board, every core that we manage, we add 2 cents per core. And the price varies based on the different templates that you're using. So the price could vary from 2 cents to around 8 cents per hour per core when you're using our platform. And it is charged as part of your AWS billing. Any other questions?
Yeah, Rajit, Vishnu here. So am I audible?
Yes, go ahead,
okay,
please.
Right. So Rajit, I have a question. Like, how can the companies ensure code security of the code base that you own?
Code security, you said?
Yeah. So how can the companies ensure code security of the code base that you own?
Yeah, so they are free to scan. So this is running in their infrastructure, right? So if they have, dynamic scanners, static code analyzers, they can run the scans. We scan it already and we keep it. So all our installations are in auto upgrade mode. So whenever we find an issue, it automatically upgrades. And any customer can choose not to do that and instead get an alert when it upgrades. So we scan everything and we automatically upgrade all the installations. If you don't want to do that and if you want to scan yourself, you are free to do that because it's going to run on your VM under your account.
All right, Rajit, got it. Thanks.
Thank you. Anybody else? Any question?
I think we are almost approaching to the time, but again, I just have one more question, Rajit.
Yeah.
See, is this completely an automated one? Say, for example, like we can go to your website and then add our Git link and then create an account, add our Git. So what should have to be the process actually that we should have to follow?
Okay, so the typical process, that's a good question. So the typical process is, and anyone who's interested, please ping us. We can show you a demo of the actual thing. And also we can share some information on our YouTube. You can actually see this running in action in YouTube. And we also do webinars on how, workshops where you can join us and we can actually take you through the full process. Now, to answer your question, the way it works is you go to the if you took a look at AWS Marketplace, you go to the AWS Marketplace, you subscribe to our, find our platform, and if you search for low touch, we are the only one shows up. So once you find it, you click and say, I want to subscribe. When you subscribe, it will automatically, it takes about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you will see a message in your CloudWatch that says, your cluster is up and all the information is there. And one of the information that you get is to activate it. So you take the link from the CloudWatch logs, go and click on that link, and it will show you, you can go and enter your email address and your user ID and password. That way you get access to our dashboard. Then there is another link that is printed there, would be the webhook link. So you go to your Git and you put the webhook link. So now this endpoint is running within your account. Once you set up the webhook in your Git repository, you then need to add a manifest for based on the type of project you are trying to push into the cloud. You select the manifest, and that manifest is documented on our website. That's another link that we print after the installation. Yeah, we have 2 more minutes. Again, thanks everyone for joining. Please do ping us, and we are doing free workshops. If you want to actually try the product, we'll be happy to show you.
Thank you, Ranjit. So thank you for that presentation. I'm sorry.
So this is Anil. So if anyone wants to connect with me, we are in GTech building, so we can have more detailed discussions and one-to-one demos if you require, and we can also offer some trial period if anyone wants to try for GTech member company.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks, Anil.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay, can we move on to next?
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you
of course.
everyone.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ranjit, for that presentation, as well as for answering all this. And it will be great if you can share this deck with Vishnu, so that we can share this with the whole members who have joined us on today.
Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anil.
Thank
so
you.
In the interest of time, let me call Mr. Naval Ditto. Naval Ditto is actually the founder and CTO of HYBCLOUD Technologies. So Naval is planning to present one of their products called as Colleago, which is an end-to-end digital banking solution. And it's for transforming the traditional banking, and they are like introducing a lot of AI and diesel technologies onto their to their products. So welcome, Naval. Naval, are you there?
Naval, you're on mute. No, we can't hear you. Can you unmute yourself? You're on mute still.
Yeah, Naval, I think you're on mute.
You're muting Zoom, I think.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, it's very much audible.
I think Naval is having some problem with the.
Hello.
Yeah, Naval, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Naval. It's audible.
Audible. Okay, fine. Yeah. So thank you for the introduction, Ronnie. And can I start now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, fine. So good afternoon, all, and I thank you for GTech for this wonderful opportunity to introduce. And Let me share my screen.
Naval, you're sharing or?
Yeah. 1 second. I have some glitches in this screen actually. That's why I'm taking some time.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So, okay, we are presenting you the Coligo, the product, and we are exactly in the space of neo and core banking, because when we are looking into this specific domain of BFSI, we can say that some companies or some startups are coming with the neo banking, and there are some areas where traditional banking is always availing services from big MNCs, or having some kind of players in between the layers. But we never heard of a traditional banking coming into neo banking. Maybe we will be used to this iMobile application or even Yono application. But we can see that like they might be deploying a lot of applications, but when considering the number of branches they need to deploy in a geographical region, or when they have the amount of manpower or human resources they have to deploy to run a banking organization in a traditional fashion, it is always the graph is always going up and up, because even if they are deploying this kind of mobile application, usually the customers are interested in money transfer, okay, only money transfer, and the things which is having like the deposits or the loans or the recurring deposits, they're always depending on establishing new branches and all. So when we have to reorient this particular business process, like when a traditional banking is really capable of getting into the neo banking, so that's where the Coligo is working wonders then. So we are actually a end-to-end digital banking solution, and we have founded this firm in 2016, and we are transforming this traditional banking, like I said, into a new next gen neo banking. We have two components over here, and the prime component or heart of this particular product is digital cell technology, and it's very simple, and we are combining this with AI. And what digital cell is doing, it's very simple. So we can start with some small case studies. If you get into some kind of banks, any established bank like SBI or ICICI, what they will be doing here is there will be a lot of files to process, maybe sanctioning for loan sanctioning, or mostly getting the reports. Like all these kind of reports will be loaded in spreadsheets or Excel, and the huge manpower will be after this kind of data. After recently also, due to the overload of banks, the suicides happen, so the manpower is highly stressed over there. And why it is not changing is we need spreadsheet for data analysis no matter what, and we need all these kind of AI. It is already pre-programmed once. It is not it has no relation with the human. Whatever the branch officers or branch managers or even staff is doing, they are repeatedly doing. They are not scaling up, they are not getting into this kind of new age technologies, they are doing the same things again and again. So, and obviously the management is always focused on getting what is done on the functional requirements perspective, not into this kind of next gen technology solutions not available. So exactly when this is happening, when this problem is arising, because when the humans or human resources in a particular bank is already having some friction with their existing workload, and also having the problem with the execution, reporting, and also going through all the kind of files, and the huge amount of correctness is needed in terms of BFSI, this 360-degree scalable technology is not happening. business intelligence is not happening in the business process. Exactly in the business process, this intelligence is not happening. Maybe in the forecasting AI is happening. Maybe some kind of absorption of the customers, it might be happening. Maybe statements is getting analyzed through AI. But when it comes to the human resources, it is not happening. That's the point. Because lot of tasks, if you look into a banking organization, a human is doing a repetitive task in a day-to-day basis. He is doing the same things today and he is doing the same things tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like that it is repeating. So no business intelligence is happening in the business process. And when these two bottlenecks is happening, there comes the exponential cost. When an ICICI or SBI starts to bring in some new geographical regions, maybe Thrissur or even any other areas, you can see that lot of branches is happening here and there. Even one turn, next turn, even when you're looking into Manappuram or Muthoot especially, you can see so many branches is happening. So we cannot actually say this is a neo banking or next gen banking era if the traditional banking concepts still needs to establish a lot of branches here and there anyway. So this is the problem. This is the exact problem where they are stuck with this kind of new establishment of branches, newly deploying the human resources exponential to their growing. Okay, this is where we are working. And then only we will make them into this B2C application. So yeah, this is our application and this is where we are addressing. Our components are addressing the specific solutions. One thing is exclusively the Neod bridge. Neod bridge is this traditional banking concept, right? We will wrap this in a neo banking layer. Okay, when we are wrapping these particular things, some problems will arise. For example, if there is millions of transactions there when considering a huge banking organization. For example, if an organization is having 4,500 branches, obviously we cannot make this day ending process in 2 minutes or 3 minutes of time. Yeah, obviously it needs a day ending process thing, and obviously the accounting and all the other kind of things where the consolidation is needed, it will take time. So when this is taking time, humans has to interfere all this kind of reporting and everything, and to make some kind of this kind of like transferring of the data. I mean, like branches will consolidate the things into their regions, or regions into their zones into multiple areas of states or countries, like that. So it will happen like that. So this is happening there. So what we are doing is we will wrap this traditional banking concept under neo banking. And diesel, we are starting to explain what diesel is. What diesel is doing is it works on the ETL part, that is extract, transformation and loading of the loading part. Suppose we are having 10 million loans and having millions of financial transactions also in the particular system. So when it needs to get consolidated, or when a human resources is needed to get absorb the data without any dependency on spreadsheet, it will get you the results in 7 hours or 8 hours manpower. We are reduced into 2 to 3 minutes in a real time case. Okay, so that is the bandwidth diesel is giving. When we are reducing this 7 to 8 hours of manpower into 2 to 3 minutes, we can deploy artificial intelligence in the business process. So once the AI is interpreting, I can give you a clear example. Suppose there is a one credit appraisal officer is there, one sanctioning officer is there. Credit appraisal is always pushing files for verifying these two sanctioning officers, and sanctioning officer has to go through all the kind of files because it is his responsibility, right? Now imagine there is one AI instance which is corresponding to both credit appraisal officer and both this sanctioning officer, and all the repetitive tasks where the sanctioning officer is spending his huge amount of time, AI can do and can consolidate all these kind of transactions, all these kind of, but whether it may AML or any kind of modules, it can do a lot of kind of things, and in real time it can interact. And if the notation is predefined, in this notation the branch manager can get the results from the sanctioning officer without the help of sanctioning officer. Okay, when this happens, the whole efficiency of this particular organization will increase, or we don't need lot of sanctioning officer in every areas, every zones or every regions. Okay, this is exactly what we are implementing. But for this we need to break the problem of ETL. First we need to break, or diesel, after when we implemented this diesel, we made them to load that you don't have to wait 7 or 8 hours to get your all financial transaction consolidated. You don't have to wait minutes and hours to get the things go through all these. When this is happening, they cannot automate the repetitive task for human resources. Okay, so Diesel is exactly doing that. And then when Diesel and NeoBridge is ready, then we can implement AI. So obviously it can manage or it can monitor if one particular guarantor is giving a lot of guarantees to a loans and he is going to be a defaulter. All these kind of minute operations which is leading to the loss, or if it is has to be monitored by any kind of human resources, AI banker can monitor this, report to the management team without the help of human resources. Okay, so a lot of things is happening, but it is not actually right now it is not happening in any of the BFSI sector. Okay, what they are doing, what is we can have now, we can have a mobile application, we can do some kind of fund transfer. From there we have to transform this traditional banking to the next gen neo banking. We have to uplift this particular human, where the human resource is also needed. Okay, then obviously Diesel is real time and we can have this consolidation and everything in a real time basis. So it's a huge task as a startup. It was a huge initiative. So what happened with us is we started in 2016 and we have this minimum viable product. We got 6 clients and then we got into 3 years of R&D and came up with Colego, and that's how our timeline goes. So this is the competitive landscape we are providing. We can address the exponential increase in the operational cost. We can address the business intelligence, lack of business intelligence in the business process, from the KYC to the MIS. We don't have to depend on multiple Excel sheets or spreadsheets anymore. We have system AI-equipped Diesel technology to address that particular problem. Humans do not have to work on this Excel or spreadsheets anymore. And after then we will provide the 360-degree scalable solutions to our customers. Then we have this, then we came to this end-to-end. Then only we will start to implement the neo banking solutions to embrace new business models. We reduce the complexity over there, and we will bring as one system with a better security. That's end-to-end. And then AI and business intelligence, we can guarantee this. We can reduce 35% of manpower, up to 35 minutes. For our existing clients, 5 persons were working for a deposit section. Now only 2 persons is working, 3 persons has been like that. We can reduce all the finance, and every module is autonomous. It is all role based like that. And the blockchain technology, it's all upon the client's request, but we have this problem of mutation, right? So ledgers can be mutated, or this lack of keys, or even asset-based tokenization. That was one of the problems where Manappuram like teams are happening. Their gold loan assets, right? The gold, right? They are keep moving from one area to other area in geographical region. We can make it more secure with the blockchain and IoT and all these things. Yeah. So this is our tech stack. For the front end, we have Angular and React Native and Node as a distributed system there in the backend, and Apache Spark. We are providing the big data platform for the clients who can do bring all their customers without the help of sophisticated employment. It's already built in tech stack we are having. And then AI, ML, NLP, blockchain. We have all these kind of integrations like Amazon Alexa. We have integrated for reporting, monitoring in humans need not have to interfere everything. This AI agent can report everything to their management through Amazon Alexa. AI, ML will help them. And also in the foundation, we do have Diesel, what we have already explained. And it is going for a worldwide patenting process. Obviously, this Diesel has its significance in a lot of other verticals wherever this problem is happening, because you need a lot of data. Humans are spending a lot of time in spreadsheets. Business processes not get AI enabled due to the huge workload of human resources. There Diesel can work wonders. So this is some case studies or real-time scenarios where Colego is competing with our competitors. Yeah. So we have 1.3 million transactions over 100K nodes. We can make it into 5 minutes of time in the very same hardware or same human resources, which is happening in the 8 hours of time. Or even 10 million loan records over 10 years, we can do it in 4 hours of time. In manual, if it is happening with the spreadsheets, this case with SBI, 80% of the manpower is dedicated for this. They have to get an idea how the loans are happening, what is happening here, what is happening there. So they are continuously wasting their time in spreadsheets. Okay, so all the analytics, all the information is instantaneous and on the fly. And most importantly, IaaS cost. If you can see, if a hardware or server with considerable cost is working for 8 hours, and if it is working for 5 minutes with a diesel powered, you can understand the deviation, right? So with our clients, their AWS cost was 4,50,000 per annum, we have reduced it into 10 times, like 4,500, like that. Okay, with more efficiency. So this is exactly what is happening with the diesel technology. It will reduce the dependency on the cost, and also it will do all these kind of things in the real time with a much better efficiency. Yeah, and then this is how we are traveling. Like 2016, we have started with our minimum viable product. We got around 20 branches in NBFC Nidhi. Then we have developed a diesel technology in 2017-18, and we got ADRE group. That was the biggest work order we have got. They have realized the potential of the product, and these 5% in the deposit has been reduced to 2%. That's happened with our ADRE group. And we had a few more clients, and then we initiated 3.0 as a GTM version in 2018. Then we have recognized it with the TCS Innovation Labs and won the Cayman Ascomite Awards, and then launched our 3.0, this Coligo version in 2019. Okay, initiated in 2017-18 time, and we launched it in 2019. Then we have reached an MOU with INQ, and we are having now we have the global market access, UK, US, a little bit down now due to COVID and all, but we have all these kind of openings there in across the globe as well. Yeah, so these are our offerings, like implementation, supports and service, training, data management. We will offer them 360-degree solutions. And these are some of our clients. We are handling around 60-70 branches across Kerala, because this domain we cannot add so many clients. Like, since it's a pure B2B banking systems, it will take a lot of time. And last year also we couldn't perform as like what we are expecting due to COVID and all. So these are the clients in Kerala only, MKNL, MBF, Adira, RFSI, and Egobanam Nidhi Limited, having around 60-70 branches altogether. Okay, so, and this is our team. I founded this in 2016, and later added CFO as a company secretary, like co-founder, and he was the first one who understand this potential and all. And then Ajit sir joined as our mentor and CEO. And he helped both Ajit sir and Karthikeyan sir helped us in a lot of when we are scaling up. Okay, so Ajit sir was like CEO of Technology Park, and also he was the digital transformation head, CIO of KIMS. So he added a lot of depth into the team. And Karthikeyan helped us in the AI part, ML part, and also in the overall tech, because he was ex Microsoft team lead there, and all these technical issues while scaling up, he helped us a lot. This is start. And later with INQ, we have got Ashutosh Srivastava, Mr. Ashutosh Srivastava. He was ex JP Morgan, MIT, and technical architect, our technical architect and strategy advisor. And Raju, KC Raju is a vice president, and also he has got a great 30 years of experience with the State Bank of India, and also JIB and IBF Mumbai. Yeah, so this is what we are, and we really hope we can take this traditional banking into a next level of neo-banking, along with what this peer-to-peer lending or the only neo-banking, like we can uplift this human resources problems and the geographical dependency, like that kind of things. Yeah, I do believe we do have some time for Q&A also. So thank you all for listening, and if you have any queries, please do ask.
Yeah, Naval, I think there is a query on the chat.
Yeah.
So it's from Sriji. It's like, hi Naval, does the system also take care of insurance of plastic, and does it have any scheme integration?
1 second, I didn't get that part. This also means plastic.
Sriji, maybe you can unmute and you can ask.
Yeah, hi Naval, Sriji here.
Yeah.
Naval, what I want to know was whether card issuance, that is probably debit cards or any sort of card issuances, are also part of the package.
No, it is not exactly a part of the package. That has to be taken care of the banking organization or our BFSI organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Naval, this is Deepu here.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Hi.
is indeed a great innovation from Kerala, and I know you like for the past few years, like the way you transformed it, and still yet any major bank did you get a chance to pitch it in a very major bank?
We were working with Kotak Mahindra Bank. We were like trying to pitch and starting the pilot running in Kotak Mahindra Bank, and recently merged with the Vijay Bank, Vijay Bank. These were the two important areas, and also we have pitched to ISAF also. We are connected to the director of ISAF, and we are going through the proposal and all. They liked the product, and we have gone through these demos and all. So ISAF is also interested in this particular solution. Apart from that, we need to reach a lot of banks, really, especially the starting banks like Yes Bank, RBL, like that. We can definitely make a difference over there.
So as of now, like you are pitching to GTech, and it has a lot of companies like who have existing customers as have banking solutions, and so what sort of support you expect from GTech or the companies here, like if you want to take it forward?
Yeah, it would be a great question. And but as a startup, what we are struggling here is we need to get a lot of connections. Okay, if we can connect us with this particular areas like fintech areas, where we can have a value addition to them. Not only changing the core application, but to add value additions of diesel or AI like that, it would be great. And also we are also looking for scaling up. So we are also looking to investment. So if GTech group of companies can contribute to our R&D and can take into the next level, it will be great for us.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, hello, Nawal. This is Ranjit from Gemini. Actually, we do some work in the BFSI. Probably, I will get in touch with you. You have the phone numbers, shown in the screen. So I will get in touch with you separately, and probably we can discuss. There's something which we can synergize.
Sure. Of course, looking forward to it.
Yeah. So for everyone's information, like I also I had engaged with him a couple of times before, and this is indeed a great product. But many times I think like he struggles on pitching it right or positioning it right in front of bigger clients. So
yeah,
that is where like the bigger companies or our can help him and support him in that.
Yes, absolutely. That is needed. Yeah, that is what we are. Obviously, we need a lot of potential also. I mean, like in positioning actually. That's where we are exactly struggling right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Vishnu, I think you connect Neville to me. Okay, I may be able to help in connecting with some people so that he can take it forward.
Yeah, sure, Rajesh. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Great. That was a great session. Thank you, Neville. And is there any other questions that we have?
Yes, just one question. Hi, I'm Nigel from Rapidor. We are a sales order management software.
Okay.
Are you able to hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is, do you provide API integration if we have to integrate with our product?
Yeah, of course. We do have all kind of API integrations. That's means like we are into like MSA, like microservice architecture. So in between the application itself, it's API integrated. So yeah, it's fully API enabled.
Okay.
Great. Any other questions? So I'll take yeah, I think there is one message.
Yeah. RPA. Yeah. RPA. We are providing RPA solutions. Yeah.
Great.
Hi Anish, I hope I got it answered. Like we are providing RPA in terms of migration or wherever it is needed. All these kind of automations, RPA is enabled. We are providing it.
Yeah, Dhaval, the question is basically, from an RPA perspective, also from invoice, processing perspective, the NLP, how well the NLP engine works and so on. Maybe I'll get in touch with you later on.
Yeah, sure. I can give you a demo also for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anish, you're representing which company, Anish?
Alliance.
Okay, fine, fine. All right. So I think, Ronnie, that's it. We can conclude.
Yep. Okay. So thank you very much, Naval, for this presentation. It was really great, and all these good feedbacks also. So if you can share this presentation with Vishnu, we'll definitely circulate that with all the members who have joined us on today.
Sure. Yeah, of course. Right now,
Yeah.
I will share.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, Naval, as well as the whole team from the NAV Technologies, as well as thanks a lot to Renjit also and the whole team from Cloud Control for giving this presentation, wonderful presentation. So thank you everyone for joining us on today. Thank you, and we'll meet for the next session.
Yeah.
Thank you
all.
all.
And thank you very much, and be safe, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.